What up, techies and gamers? It's your boy Jermaine with Tech Toys and Gaming, the channel where you get your daily dose of tech entertainment, a little bit of technology, with a slight dose and twist of zaniness for fun and laughter, and to keep you up to date with the latest and greatest technology. Sometimes not the latest and not the greatest technology, right? Because some stuff is straight junk, punk, what? And in today's video, we're going to talk about a capture card that a lot of people are leaning towards. The budget-friendly capture card I'm referring to. You'll find a lot of these cheaper 1080p 4K capture cards you find on Amazon and eBay and other places that are supposed to be budget-friendly and sort of replacements for, say, the Camlink 4K, the Elgato Camlink 4K. You have people flocking to these cheaper capture cards, sometimes ranging from the prices of $15 to $25, $30. Some can do 1080p 60 FPS, some can do 4K as well, 4K 30. At least that's what they claim on their manufacturing boxes and on the websites. But I am here today for you techies and gamers to debunk some of this stuff and to let you know if investing in a cheaper capture card of these kinds, these statures, and trying to save yourself a buck is worth it or not, especially if you're looking to get some clean game capture with high frame rates and good resolution. Then stay tuned. I'm gonna let you know what is the truth, what is not. I've been given the opportunity to review quite a few of these capture cards, the cheaper capture card, and I went ahead and invested and purchased the Elgato Camlink 4K capture card just to kind of see what all this talk was about with these lower end capture cards and how they stack up against something like the Camlink 4K. And let's take a look at that, because I have been pleasantly or unpleasantly surprised. So these 1080p cheaper no-name brand manufacturer cards, they are good, but they're not really, and I'm going to tell you why. Right now, I'm actually using the cheap capture card at 1080p 30 FPS, and there's a reason why. If I could do 1080p 60 FPS, I probably would. And why I'm not doing it, it's simply because I cannot do it with this card. I use my Nintendo Switch to capture Metroid Dread at 1080p 60 FPS over this cheaper 1080p 60 FPS capture card, right? No name brand manufacturer. And I was going to do a review on it to try to see if I can, I don't know, get people value out there who are looking to try to save a buck to capture their game recording and their streaming. But I found myself trying to troubleshoot the actual device. I was actually going back and forth with the seller and the manufacturer, and they were sending me troubleshooting tips on how to fix it, and actually gave me pictures and step-by-step stuff on how to configure and set up your OBS as well as your PC settings to get 60 FPS. They swore that it was going to get 60 FPS, but after following those steps and doing the numerous steps that I knew about to try and make it capture 60 FPS, I was stumped. I could not, no matter what, get 1080p 60 FPS. The max cap I was getting was 720p 60 FPS. The minute I tried to switch to 1080p, the 60 FPS would drop to a visibly lower FPS, probably about 30 FPS is probably capping out at. Even right here as I speak, utilizing my camera. Right now what you're looking at is supposed to be 1080p 60 FPS. I have OBS set to that 60 FPS 1080p running through this capture card, and looking closely you can see there is quite some judder there. It is not smooth, and I'm going to show you how that is not smooth. I'm going to throw this side by side with the Camlink just so you can see the purity of what 1080p 60 FPS, and that purity in my book, in my techie and gamer world, should not be violated, and it should not be undermined. So for someone to put a product out there and say, hey, yeah, this is 1080p 60 FPS, and try to fool the masses, you can't fool me. My eyes are still good so far, right? I'm getting there in age. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look side by side, 1080p 60 FPS, the true 1080p 60 FPS via the Camlink. Nothing had to be changed via the Camlink. I just plugged it in, worked right away, voila, and no settings to be configured. This guy right here is the Camlink 4K 1080p true 60 FPS. And not only that, but looking at the image itself, you'll see the color replication as well is also better. You don't have that intense color saturation that you might see on the cheaper capture card right here. right? If you look at the side by side, I'm a little bit probably more saturated here, a little more warmer, more so. The 4K Cam Link, not so much, techies and gamers. So that's looking quite good there. A little bit of a boost in the contrast, but that's fine. I wouldn't really fix that. I kind of like the contrast that way. You tell me, techies and gamers, which one is smoother? So switching right over to the Cam Link 4K to continue my recording, just so you can see kind of the difference, the major difference in my visual opinion, my visual preference. The Cam Link 4K is a more true replication of what this actual Canon camera can push out, can do. Obviously, the camera itself, without the Cam Link 4K right into the PC, doing all that processing, is definitely better when it's the pure output from the camera to the actual memory card. But this is second best, in my opinion, in all of the capture cards I've tried. So far, the Elgato has been quite sweet. I haven't tried any of the other ones, such as the EVGA capture cards, but I would like to get my hands on that. EVGA, if you're listening, I'm right here. Send it to me. Anyhow, looking at Metroid Dread, you can see that as I slow the frame rate down, you can visually tell the difference. Obviously, because I'm slowing the frames down by half, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I can't see it right now. I'm just guessing, but that's probably what I'm going to do. I slowed it down at least by 50%. And just looking at the frames side by side here with Metroid Dread, they're both running at 1080p 60 FPS. However, the true 60 FPS is actually running through the Cam Link, techies and gamers. Even going through my OBS settings and manipulating the actual frame rates and the resolution and making them custom, I still could not get that 60 FPS. Anything past 720p is not pushing out 60 FPS. So 720p is pretty much the cap, at least with this cheaper capture card that I'm trying and the other 3 other capture cards that were similar in nature. One was even a 4K capture card that's supposed to do 1080p 60 FPS. Same business. Getting ripped off, but not really, because on the upside, they're very cheap. So for that amount of money, getting 30 FPS, are you losing out? Maybe if you're just doing like this for headshot talking, 30 FPS, it's fine. You just want to capture some footage, 60 FPS doesn't matter, then cool to you guys who really want that. But for all you gamers specifically trying to record 60 FPS gaming, beware. That's all I will say. You can see it here in the evidence. If you want more proof, let me know. I'll put more videos up and just keep bombarding you with all the proof you need, because there's a lot of fakerage. Is that a word, fakerage? A lot of faking out there on Amazon, eBay. Push to these companies telling you that it's 1080p 60 FPS. It's just not true. Techies and gamers, I'm stuttering because I'm pissed off. All right, techies and gamers, with that said, I will say thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this age-old battle with these cheaper capture cards, trying to corner a specific, I guess, segment of the market that's not looking into that kind of high fidelity video capture the way this Cam Link is capturing right now, as opposed to, something on the higher end. What's better? What do you prefer? If you're a gamer and you're recording your gameplay, do you mind doing 720 60 FPS? Is that cool, good enough for putting up on platforms like YouTube, for streaming live? I think streaming live, a lot of the times people have to actually use 720p. But if you have a very capable machine along with good internet for your upload, your upstream, then people out there are doing 1080p 60 FPS live streaming. So you let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's argue about it. Let's let these people know about these who die by these cheaper capture cards, that they are worth money, or that they're better than the Cam Link 4K. For example, I will fight against that, and I will say I will spend the $100, $100+ What's the Cam Link worth now? $100, $120? At least the smaller version, right? I will still go out and limb and spend that money. You tell me what you would do. Save money, spend money. I'm looking for quality, and I'll just have to save those extra bucks, cut out some lunch time from work, right? And just drink water and chew on gum and lose some weight just to save up to get that capture card. All right, techies and gamers, I appreciate your time spent here with me ranting about not using these cheaper capture cards. I have them, I don't use them, and if my Cam Link one day suddenly burns out, I'm going to be right on Best Buy, Amazon, and I'm going to get a new one. So yeah, I refuse to go the 30 FPS or 720p 60 FPS route when recording gamings, or even when recording camera capturing like this Tech is a Gamer. So thanks for watching. See you in my next video, and it won't be with a cheap capture card, I guarantee you that. Later.